What's going on, everybody? We are live at BoogiePod, episode 61. Listen, I'm going to expose Jake. He says he hasn't updated his notes since BoogiePod episode 58. That means I haven't been giving him hard enough questions for him to take notes on. I got to improve the questions. But that probably won't happen in this episode. But anyway, Jake, how was the weekend?
Satisfying. Good Sunday night. Very nice.
It was good.
Ideal ending for me, even though my team wasn't in it. Ideal ending.
Did you end up taking the Chiefs? You did, didn't
Yeah,
you?
we both took the Chiefs.
Okay,
I switched last minute. Yeah.
Okay, good. So, Boogie Pop
2 years in a row, we're both right.
Yep, Boogie Pop prevails again. Listen, let me tell y'all something, okay? Y'all are sleeping. I'm going to tell you something, okay? Me and Jake disagree a lot about picks. But whenever we're both agree it's on something, it's almost like it's guaranteed to happen. Just throwing it on there. When two great minds come together, something special happens. But we're going to recap that game, Jake. And we're going to recap UFC 284, crazy weekend in the UFC land. And then we're going to talk some college basketball, some predictions, as we always do. And then we're going to do our MLB AL East predictions. We're going to start MLB predictions. That's going to go all the way into the opening day. That last week before opening day should be our World Series prediction, if I did the math right. So let's hope that all works out correctly. But let's get going. Super Bowl. Wow, what number Super Bowl is this?
57.
57. Eagles, Chiefs. Chiefs win, Jake. What are your thoughts, opinions, anything you want to talk about the game? This is just, this little area right here is resumed for Super Bowl. So I'm going to let you take it away. Go ahead.
Big deal for Mahomes' legacy. Getting one ring is a big accomplishment. Getting more than one is a big hump to get over for a lot of quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers. A lot of other great quarterbacks end up with one. They got to get more than one, and then Mahomes did it. Played great. Kind of was taken out of the game in the first half. He barely saw the field. Passing yards numbers were low, but every time he was out there, he played perfect though.
Yeah,
just about.
Time of possession was down.
Yeah, it was down. The Eagles played their kind of game and still lost.
Yeah.
Hurts had that big fumble. He played a pretty good game.
He really did.
I will say, though, they play a pretty boring brand of offense. They'll hit you with a nice vertical once every couple drives, but they are slow and QB sneaks like crazy. You know, we all knew that coming to the game, though. Yeah. Hurts actually, I don't know if he impressed me. He played a good game. He can rise to the occasion to play. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He definitely showed up, but
to be fair, his passing yards would be like half of them came from a wide open Devontae Smith running on a vertical route, and the other one came from a corner completely selling.
Yeah.
Chiefs. So
yeah.
But to be fair, like he didn't hurt his team at all. Yeah, I thought he played fine too. He actually impressed me with a couple. I know he made one throw in like an out route throw that was like
really nice.
Yeah, it was a great throw, and he ran the ball pretty good. Besides the fumble, you know it's going to happen though when you run the ball as much. But yeah, I thought Jalen Hurts did play pretty good. I'll give him his props. And really, the Eagles played pretty good. It's just they were going to get the greatest quarterback of all time on the other side, and it is what it is, and it happens. It happens. Sometimes you run into them. You know, that's why I went to the Jags. They would have won Super Bowl this year, but they ran to the Chiefs. So it happens, you know. But yeah, my thoughts and opinions on the game is I am so happy for Patrick Mahomes, happy for the Chiefs. Interesting question. I'm going to propose it now because I don't really have much like topic written down. I kind of just have Super Bowl, and we're just going to talk about however we want to take this, we can take it. So, interesting question that came to my mind just now, and I'm going to propose it to you, is where did the Eagles go now? What did the Eagles do?
Them not winning it this year is a big deal. This is probably the best Eagles team that they've ever had in their entire existence, and they didn't win it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that Nick Foles team, they were great. They're not as good as this team. You put those two teams against each other, this team most likely wins. I'm not an expert on Eagles past teams and stuff. Obviously, I'm not an Eagles fan, but I would say this one's probably their best. At least by record and statistics, it's their best. I don't know. I think it's a bad decision to pay Jalen Hurts $50 million a year. I mean, I saw him make some throws, but I think it would be smart for them to, if they're going to sign him, if they really think he's the guy, get ahead of the Burrow and Herbert signings.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you could argue Hurts is worth more than them, because you can't. Mm-hmm. He definitely would argue it, because that's obviously what he's going to do. I don't know where they go from here, though. They have a top 10 pick, draft well this year.
Yeah.
Draft well at that 10 pick, but you're going to lose some guys, though. That A.J. Brown contract, Hurts, if he gets a big contract, salary cap's gonna get jacked.
Yeah.
And guys on your line like Jason Kelsey, he's old. It's about time. About time to retire. Even though he plays great, he's just getting old.
You really hate
So,
it because, the more you talk about it, it's kind of like this is their year. I mean, they'll obviously have a chance next year, but they're going to have to bring some pieces back. And does Jalen Hurts, does he have to get paid this offseason, or is it next offseason?
no, they're wanting to get ahead of the game, though.
They're
jumping it.
Okay.
Yeah, they're jumping the gun.
Again, I'm not completely against it, and all rights for Jalen Hurts, go make your money or whatever you gotta do. But Eagles gotta be smart about it. Don't overpay him. You gotta be smart with what you're doing here and realize who you have. You have a guy who's capable of leading a team. If you have a supporting cast around him, he'll perform. That's what you have. But don't overestimate it. Don't think he can do it by himself. He can't. He's very similar. The greatest thing Tom Brady ever did was realize he can't do it by himself. And he would take, allegedly, pay cuts. I know they're allegedly. But on paper,
took pay cut. He did.
And to make his team around him better, because he was aware, hey, I can't do it by myself. I'm not Patrick Mahomes. It is what it is. So he would, take pay cuts. Whatever. So if Jalen Hurts is smart enough, maybe he will be like, hey, you guys go get some better players, and here's what I'm going to do. And so, I think it all comes down. We'll see how Jalen Hurts and the Eagles approach it, but very interesting. I think they could have missed a small little window here. Not saying it's closed completely yet, but doesn't look the best.
Yeah, I will say there's another interesting, historical thing. It's quarterbacks that make their first Super Bowl and lose it. Historically, never get one, unless you're John Elway. He's the only one. He lost one or two or even three in a row before he got his next two. So, after that, Jim Kelly for the Bills made his first one, lost four in a row. Not saying the Eagles are going to make four in a row. They're not, probably. Yeah. But historically, they don't look good.
Interesting.
The team that loses the Super Bowl usually has a really bad year the next year. Bengals lost it. They were fine.
Yeah.
It depends. Historically, that's been a thing. The past couple of years has not been true. The Chiefs lost it. They were good the next year, too. But I don't know. It's interesting.
It is interesting.
It's interesting historically what's going to happen there.
And this means great things for the Chiefs because this is they're probably the worst team they've had in 4 years, and they won it with them.
Yeah.
And that is very insane to believe. If they can go out and work the free agent market, they're all going to get better. They're all going to get better. It's scary when you have Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and Andy Reid. If you keep those three elements, you're going to have a chance every year. So just if you're the Chiefs, you just keep on improving and hope you keep winning. I mean, it's just that simple. It's just those three elements are just so scary together, and it's going to take a perfect not to beat them, and they're going to be off. Because you got to think about it, Patrick Mahomes was even hurt, and they still won. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's crazy that the Bucs team were able to beat them 2 years ago. That is wild to me.
They had it was bad problems.
Yeah,
they had a lot of injuries.
Not only beat them though, they killed them. Pretty wild. But they did.
Their whole offensive line was out.
Yeah, they had to be
fair, but it would have been a great game regardless. They still might have lost, but that Bucs team was good.
Yeah, they were really good. But man, this team just has the pieces right now.
Yeah, one last point. This ring, I don't want to hear nobody's opinions on the Eagles defense going away now. Y'all said they're the best all year. I know maybe they're a little overrated because anytime they played a decent quarterback, they put up 30 points against them. I will say that, but coming to this game, they are better about everywhere except quarterback and tight end, maybe running back group. And I like Pacheco a lot for the Chiefs. Yeah. Maybe running back group. They're better everywhere except those couple positions, and the Chiefs still win. That's a valuable ring right there. Everybody picking the Eagles, dude. On the pregame show, all the Eagles. Everyone on social media, most taking Eagles. So I act like now the Chiefs were supposed to win because they were not. They were not favored. It was close line, but yeah, I don't know. Mahomes is that good. Yeah, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, give him his credit.
He's just that good. Yeah,
we need to have Nick Wright.
Valuable. Maybe we do need to have him on the show.
He's we resemble Nick Wright, but no, Patrick. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes deserves all the credit in the world. So glad he got another ring. Even if people old fans of the BoogiePod remember, my hot take was he was never getting another ring. That was my hot take, and obviously changed that now because he's obviously won. So no hot take now. I'll have to cook me up another one about futures. But right now I'm holding on to the. See, because me and you have brains, so it wouldn't be a hot take to say Jalen Hurts never makes a Super Bowl. But to some people out there, that would be a hot take.
If the NFC wasn't didn't have a lack of competition, I would say he would never make it again. But the NFC is going to be so bad for the next 5 or 6 years, most likely. They have a real chance to make it a couple more times if they can keep that group together.
I say don't.
But you say they don't?
I say they don't.
I bet you they get one more. I don't think they'll ever win one, but I bet they go to one more in the next 3 years. Maybe.
With Hurts?
Maybe. If he takes a team friendly contract, I think their GM's so good and they're drafting like they have
They
two
are good.
first round
Yeah, they
draft
have a
picks
good
this year. I think they can make it back. I mean, who else is going to test them right now? The Niners, maybe the Cowboys.
That's true.
That's only 2 teams they got to get by.
That's true.
And what if one of those teams gets upset, like Dallas losing in the divisional round like usual? Then you just got the Niners to get through, and they got Brock Purdy. That's worse than
Giants
Hurts
are on the
by a
roster
lot.
if they can do it right.
You'd think the Vikings would be there, but they're just not.
They have Kirk Cousins.
You would think the Vikings, the talent-wise, they should be right there too. But
they have Kirk Cousins and one of the worst coaches. I actually think that's the Eagles' downfall. I actually don't think it's Jalen Hurts. I think it's their coach.
I don't like the way he acts. He's kind of cocky, and considering he's never really won anything ever, in my knowledge, I've never heard of him winning anything. He got made fun of when he got that job. All the media people making fun of him. Props to him. He led a good team this year, but that video of him like throwing up his arms and like Hurts pulling back his arm back down, like dude, chill out. I don't know. It's just immature. When your quarterback's more mature than your coach, that's not a good sign usually. No, it's not. But
imagine if the Eagles had Doug Peterson.
Yeah, they'd have won it this year. Maybe they might have won it this year if they had Doug Peterson.
But yeah, just final recap on it. Just final thoughts is happy for Mahomes. The Eagles might miss their chance. And the Chiefs window just expands even more. The rich get rich.
They can win it with this team.
Wow.
They can win it with this team. They can win it anytime now.
No limits. Imagine if they were in the NFC.
They'd go every year.
Yeah, they'd be like almost guaranteed.
Yep.
They're almost guaranteed anyways at this point. I mean, you got
got to get by the Bengals and Bills, and the Jaguars are on the rise. Yeah. I think Jaguars might test them more than the Bills and Bengals the next couple of years. There's a real chance.
I think we'll be better than the Bills next year. I think the Bills are going to have some issues.
We'll see what they do at the draft. We'll see what the draft and free agency happens.
I think there's a good chance Stephon Diggs leaves soon.
You go Dallas. That's where I want to go.
Of course you want to go Dallas.
He ain't going to Jaguars.
No, I mean, hey, Zay Jones in a second rounder. It's on the table.
Crazy fleece. Oh my god. That was the worst trade ever.
What do you mean? Zay Jones almost had 1,000 yards this year.
Yeah.
That's good. But no, yeah. Good Super Bowl though. Overall, it
was a great game.
Everyone was happy but Philly fans. So,
yeah.
It's always a good day when Philly fans are upset. All right.
That's true.
Let's move on to UFC 284. Dude. All right, let's move on to UFC 284. It was champion on champion, Makhachev versus Volkanovski. What was your thoughts and reactions to this fight?
One of the more high-level fights we've watched. Only other high-level fight like that is Gamrot and Sarukian. That was crazy high-level too. This on a championship stage. Super fight, high-level. I told you this. My big takeaway is you can't tell me Volk's not number 1 pound for pound after that fight. Though. I don't care he lost. You cannot tell me he's not. Pound for pound, he's better than Islam is. Pound for pound, he's better. But Islam won, obviously, everyone knows it. Not really a controversial decision. You could kind of have it both ways. We both said Volk at the time. Now I got to rewatch it.
Yeah.
I still want to say I think Volk wins, but I couldn't tell you, to be honest, because I've not rewatched it since. But he looked great. I'll get one more point, and then you go. We were talking about it when the fight happened too. They got the tape out there now a little bit.
Yeah,
undersized guy coming in there and making the lightweight. She's like, "What in the world are we doing wrong? We suck."
Yeah, they're going
to see a little guy come in there and do that. Volk's just a freak. Is also what it is. But yeah, well, great fight.
They might that makes me think. You know who resembles Volk a lot in like body type in the lightweight division? Michael Chandler.
I know.
But Michael Chandler could not win the fights to get there.
You don't have it up here either, though. Volk's too smart.
Volk's very smart. That's a good point. I also think, though, there's some shots that Volk hits Islam with that Chandler hits him out. Islam's not breathing.
Oh, Islam's going out, yeah. Islam's chin is not that good.
But you could also argue the other way around, too. If Chandler is from shots, he could got hit by Islam but knocked out, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, big praise to Volk. Showed out, man. It was such a great fight. It's like it was so refreshing. And I think this showed me today that it's not that I don't like the Dagestani wrestling style because of its boringness. Because I actually left that fight liking Islam more than I did coming into it. Because I realized he was beatable. It made me mad that I felt like he was just like another unbeatable dude. It's gonna be boring. Now he's beatable in my eyes, and that makes it more fun. And I have more respect for Islam now because of that. I know in a weird way that don't make too much sense, but I will be more happier to see Islam fight now instead of just being like, Islam's gonna win, because Islam went to that fight minus 400 favor. That's no fun. That's not fun. That's not fun fighting. But Gilbert Burns and Jorge Masvidal are almost the same odds as that. Which, looking back at it, it's a little wild. The odds were like that anyway. But Islam was going to be against that, was going to be that much favorite against everybody. And hopefully now this, like you said, brings up the tape on him a little bit. And will make the Dagestani wrestling a little bit more beatable, which will make it more fun. And, I'll also give credit to Islam. He got a dogfight, and he prevailed. Regardless who you think won or not. I think Volkanovski deserved the decision, but that doesn't mean he technically won it either. Big difference. I left that fight. He left a bigger statement in round 5 than any round anyone did that entire time. But that does not mean that he won 3 out of 2 rounds. Islam could have won 3 out of 2. So I don't know. I still got to rewatch the fight, but it just felt like Volt deserved to be double champ that night. That's what it felt.
It did. That's what I felt too.
Yeah. I'm sad he's not, and he has a big challenge coming up in Yair, which we'll get to here in a minute.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say one more point. Is I called it kinda. It's kind of weird thing to say I called this because it happens all the time. But I've said for like a year or two, Usman loses his belt, he's getting starched like really bad.
Yeah.
That's how Islam will lose his too. You can just see it.
I
think Islam gets starched one day. It won't probably be for a while. He'll make his little title run probably. But I think that's how he's going to go too. The chances rate be cracked, and someone will do it one day.
Yeah,
that's how I see it ending one day. I think he'll get beat. I think someone will get him one day.
Okay, I got a question to bring up here. It's not on the paper, but just something I want to ask you. You had to pick one person in the lightweight division. Your life was on the line. This person had to beat Islam. Who are you picking?
It's funny. I'd either choose Michael Chandler or Benil Dariush.
Okay. That was a thing.
Probably. I would, because I think Dariush is a weird matchup, and I think if he's fighting Oliveira, if he can beat Oliveira in a weird way, I think he has an outside chance. He's my sleeper guy. And also Michael Chandler, because I think it's 50-50 in any fight he's ever in. I think if he hits first, a clean shot, and anyone goes out. So that's who I'd take. One of those two.
If it was in general, I would take Volk. Because
I would take Volk again. Yeah,
I said lightweight. Volk. I said lightweight division.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got the question right, but I was just throwing that out there. But lightweight division, I wouldn't say either of those guys for me. I would say Arman, because Arman's gotten close before, and I think he really has that style to do it. I know because he really low key didn't lose to Gamrot. I don't know what it says.
It was a good fight.
Yeah, it was a good fight. And then Gamrot, got dinked by Benil Dariush, which is what it is. I think Gamrot's a little bit more one-dimensional than Arman is anyway. So, sucks that Arman has to keep fighting these dudes that are cracked out of their minds as well, because I feel like he'd already be up there. But maybe it's better to do it this way. But
maybe
his time's coming for sure. Yeah, but let's move on to the co-main event, which was Josh Emmett and Yair Rodriguez. And this was for the interim featherweight title. This will be most likely Volt's next opponent, which is Yair. What are your thoughts and opinions on this fight?
Yair is definitely that guy now. He's going to be the biggest challenge to Volk, I'd say, outside of Holloway, I guess, even though Volk just dominated Holloway. He didn't dominate him all 3 times, but he beat him for the 3rd time.
Yeah.
I think Yair has a really good chance to win.
He does.
And I'm going to be really tempted. I know we've been talking about Volk gassing him up. I'm going to be really tempted to pick Yair when they fight, dude. Because I think he's insane. He's a wild man. He gets submissions off his back like we saw. I don't know, man. I just think he has a really good chance against anybody in that division that has a human chin like Volk does.
Yeah.
Because he's insane. Holloway's a bad matchup for most guys like him. You get, wild. You just can't knock him out and you get tired. But it was good. Josh Emmett was... Yeah, I can't wait either. But Josh Emmett looked okay. You could tell he got kicked in the gut early, and it took the wind out of his sails, and Yair just got him from there.
Yeah.
But,
So, I'm gonna propose you an idea. Tell you what you think about this. Main event. This is gonna be a Mexico card. In Mexico, they haven't been to Mexico in a while, so they're gonna go back to Mexico. We're gonna go Yair Volk main event. Co-main event is Moreno defend his title against the.
Ooh.
What's that dude's name? Is it Pantoja,
Alexander
You know
Pantoja.
that's the trilogy between them.
Yeah, he's beat
him twice.
Moreno. Yeah.
So that's very interesting. Beat him twice. He submitted him one time. So very interesting. And then you do the co-main, another title fight, because the Amanda Nunes is defending her belt against a Mexican girl. So you do those three. That'd be a huge card.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal. And I saw MMA Guru talk about that, so credit to him. And I was like, man, so that's a great idea. But yeah, Yair looked great. Which Josh Emmett, look, he didn't deserve to be there in the first place. Go ahead and get him out of the way. It is what it is. I mean, he fought all right, but it was Yair's night, as you can tell. And it's funny, we were talking about, like, I remember watching that co-main event. I was like, Yair is really good. And then we went to the main event, and I was like, Volk is really good. And that makes a great fight. So
it'll be good.
I cannot wait for that fight, man. I cannot wait. Which we'll talk more about that fight right here in a minute. But we're going to move in. Jessica Andrade is going to step in late notice to face Ian Blanchfield. I think that's how you say that name. And she is an up-and-comer. She is 10-1. She just beat Molly McCann. That was her last fight.
Yeah.
I believe. And this is a very interesting fight. Jessica Andrade is a small favorite here. And this is going to be this weekend. One of the few... Usually, if there's a women's main event, won't even cover it. But this one's actually kind of interesting. Because Blanchfield actually has like a future a little bit. And obviously, Jessica Andrade is one of the greats. Jake, what's your prediction for this fight?
I want to take Andrade because I think this is one of those, like, you step up to like one of the legends and you just get beat. Yeah. Andrade's a legend. He's like one of the long-time women's like good fighters. I'm going to go at Blanchfield girl, though. I think the short notice is just too much.
Yeah.
Because Andrade just fought like not that long ago at all, like the last card or something.
Yeah.
So wouldn't shock me either way. I'm going to go Blanchfield, up-and-comer.
Okay. I want Blanchfield to win because I want the up-and-comer to win and make some excitement in the women's division. But I'm going to go on Andrade. I think she'll knock her out. I think the power's too much. She hasn't faced no one with power like that yet. And it's a sneaky good little main event, though. Good little main event. Yeah. Not bad at all. For if they had to do it that way, it's not bad. I think this main event's better than what it was before. She was fighting.
What was it before?
Oh, no, it wasn't low-key, though.
Tyler Santos is like legit. Yeah. That's a great fight.
Yeah, that is a great fight. Ah. Decent women main events there.
One to watch. She's one to watch.
Yeah, she could be good. All right. But then let's circle back again, back to the Rodriguez Volk thing. I know we're going a little different here, but that was gonna be my question to you. We kind of already touched on it. Can Yair give Volkanovski problems, and if so, how big a problem?
I think he gives Volk major issues. Actually, I think this is Volk's most dangerous fight in his own division. Yeah. Maybe ever, because I think. Early prediction, I kind of want to take Yair right now. Put it on the record. I kind of want to do it.
Do it.
I really do.
Lock it.
I kind of do.
Lock it. Do it right now. Do it right now.
I can't lock it again. But I do think, win or lose, Volk's going down once. He gets knocked down once. Like an actual knockdown. Not going to a knee. He goes down one time. He might end up winning because you know how he's really smart.
Yeah.
He's just good everywhere. But I think Yair's going to get him once, win or lose. That's my first prediction. I think Yair's going to knock him down bad because he's insane. He fights like he just don't care, dude. He don't give a crap.
You going to lock the knockdown?
I'll lock the knockdown.
You'll lock the knockdown
down once. Right. I'll lock that one down right now. Maybe I'll think about the other bit, then I'll go full in or I'll back off.
Okay. All right. The only thing that scares me is that I watch Yair, and his whole thing is how unpredictable and wild he is. And with that being said, I think even though it's a great matchup, it's a fun fight, we've mentioned Volk, how smart he is very recently. And I think that'll be his biggest weapon in this fight. And I could definitely see Yair getting crazy and trying to clip him. And when he comes in, Volk hits him. Josh Emmett hit Yair a couple times in that fight. Tags him. And I think Volk can find it better. The only thing that kind of scared me, and this has a lot to do with Islam's takedown stuff, with the way he was able to find the chin on Volk a couple times. That scares me. It really does. Volk's got to figure it out striking. And I know that had a lot to do with Islam's takedown ability and that kind of thing. But and also, now that you've went up to lightweight, how's the weight cut again? You're transforming to something different. He has to get back used to it. I think the stars are lining up for an upset a little bit here. So
I agree.
Especially if they throw it down in Mexico.
Surely not. I don't know. They want to, I bet, but I'd love that.
They just went to Australia. You gotta go away now. Can't go back home. So.
That's true.
All right. Let's move into. We'll save college basketball predictions for the end because those are usually pretty rapid. So let's move into our MLB, our first predictions. It's almost that time of the year, Jake. Almost that time of the year. We start off with the AL East because it's the first one that pops up on ESPN. You want to start at 5, Jake? Might as well start at 5.
Yeah, I'll start at 5.
Okay, so here's what I have written down. I have the teams, and then I have a range of their wins, kind of. So I'd have if they're terrible, like they're really okay. Let's say they get I think they're going to get 52 wins or something like that. I say low 50s. That's kind of what I have in mind. You could say whatever you want. It could be something similar. It could be you don't have to say anything, whatever you want. But you want to start us off with your 5?
Yeah, I'll start us off. I'm just going by placement. I'm not going range of wins. I thought about doing playoff seeding. I'm not going to do that yet either.
Okay.
We're just going by ranking. So my 5 is the Orioles.
Okay. All right.
I wanted to put Boston. He's really bad. But I don't think the Orioles did really anything
they did
notable. At least Boston pretended to try.
They tried.
Heim Bloom pretended to try, even though he really didn't.
He really did.
He pretended. Orioles, they're not even pretending. They're just
We went out with a handful of mediocre.
Yeah, that's good enough to at least finish fourth, which we're at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. The Orioles are 5. Disappointing.
All right. I also have the Orioles. I have them getting in the low 70s wins ish, like 72, 73, something like that. Offseason was just bad. I feel really bad for Oriole fans.
It's awful.
I don't know how you do it, dude. I actually think there should be real investigations to get that dude out of there. I don't know who he is. You get him out there, man. That's just
salary floor.
So sad, dude. Especially you get all those young guys to put together something last season, and then you go out and you get rid of people. Unbelievable. I was even thinking that at the trade deadline. They were trading people away. And I get it a little bit there, but you could have made moves. I just feel so bad for the Orioles, dude. I just can't do it. I'm sorry, Oriole fans. 5. I wanted to put you ahead of the Rays, but I couldn't. Okay, I won. It would have made me so happy to put the Rays 5th today, but I just couldn't do it. The Orioles
can't do it. They're winners.
No.
Not 4. I got the Boston Red Sox. I think out of all the meh teams, this team has the best chance to shock the world and make the playoffs. I will say that. They got some pieces. They lose Bogarts to the most insane deal ever. It's kind of hard to blame Boston for losing him a little bit. I mean, you can't pay him that much if you're Boston.
You can't.
There's no reason. And I think the Padres, unless they win a World Series, they'll regret that move. I know there's no cap, but it's a lot of money you're sinking into your shortstop who's already 30.
Yeah.
And he's kind of a liability on defense, sort of. I don't know. I don't want to get on about the Padres, but your Red Sox, fine. They got bullpen help. Kenley Jansen and a couple other dudes.
Kelly Jansen.
They lost to Valdi, didn't they? They lost to Valdi.
They lost to Valdi. They got Kenley Jansen, and then they got the good reliever from maybe it's the Mets. He was really good for. He's a good setup guy. He's gonna be really good too. He has sub-3 ERA this past year. Our bullpen's actually gonna be good. I actually firmly believe, outside of being a Boston fan, I think our bullpen's gonna be actually really good.
Yeah. So. One more thing about Boston, or 2 more things. I wanted to put him at 3rd. The Trevor Story injury, the weird late surgery, is really dumb.
That's really dumb.
Dude should have had the surgery as soon as the season ended, man. You got to be ready to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why are you waiting? Unless there is a medical reason, which I don't know about. I'm not a medical expert. I've not heard anything, though. Yeah. Another thing about the shortstop situation, Boston's got the best shortstop in the MLB coming up in about 2 years.
Yeah.
Probably. One of them.
The future's bright-ish. It's just hard to bot the bullet.
One more thing, Tristan Costas or whatever.
He's the key.
If he's good, he's the key this year. If he's good, y'all have a chance. They got a chance.
If you get 30 home runs out of him, you have a chance to make the wild card.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah.
I think some also notable people are Justin Turner. How's he going to be?
Yeah.
Again, is the bullpen going to be as good as it really is? We know how important the bullpen is in winning games, especially Boston fans know how good the bullpen is. 'cause it was terrible last year. Is Garrett Whitlock going to be a rotation guy? That's a big question in Boston world. Who's going to be your second base or shortstop? That's a mess. Catcher's a mess. And then your outfield actually looks good, surprisingly. You have the dude from Japan. How good is he going to be? Is he going to make that move? He's a very experimental. He'll be your leadoff guy. He's really fast, so how good is he going to be? Adam Duvall's out there now. Still got Alex Verdugo. Kike Hernandez will probably be your second baseman. Who's going to be your shortstop? Chris Royal? He ain't playing the Braves. He's useless. So
it's true. He likes the Braves.
But yeah, I don't know. So we'll see what happens. I would be I'd love to see what this team will do if we are. Let's say we're second in the wild card race. Say we're second in the wild card race at the trade deadline. I'm very interested to see what Red Sox do. That would be very interesting.
I'm interested too.
That would be weird.
They are one of those teams. You get them to the playoffs, they'll make a run.
That's what you got to do.
That.
Gotta get them there.
Get them
because of the atmosphere.
Don't matter where. Don't matter what team.
Culture,
just
atmosphere.
get them in there.
You just gotta get them in there. I agree.
We'll
see what happens. And I still think Alex Cora is a great coach. So I'll stand by that. We'll see though. Let me ask you this one more question about the Red Sox. I know a lot about them because they're my favorite team. You know a lot about them because they're my favorite team too. So we'll spend a lot of time talking about the Braves too. But real quick, if this team has 77, I had them in the high 70s by the way. I think they'll get like 77, 78 wins. They get. What is the number of wins they have to have for Heim Bloom to come back?
Whew. I would say if they got in the 80s on a year like this, I think he would for sure come back.
So 80 and above?
I think if they're low 70s, I would get rid of him.
Okay.
Because he's not have the ability to actually go out there and be ambitious and go out and do things.
Yeah.
He's not very ambitious right now. And that's what you got to do in a division like this. Because this year, I think they're taking a step back as a division. They've been great past couple years.
Yeah.
AL East, but they'll still be very competitive. I think Boston could play spoiler for a guy at the top. They're one of those teams.
Yeah.
For sure.
What about and then the Devers contract that we didn't mention. That was actually a really good contract for him. Yeah. It's very rare you see like a top guy get like nearly the exact amount of what he's worth. Like it wasn't like he didn't get lowballed and we didn't overpay. It felt like it was just a great contract. And something Heim Bloom rarely did right this time. So
it was desperation.
It was.
That was desperation.
It was. I need my.
Devers got really lucky.
Yeah.
He got very lucky. That's when he's like cards fell into place there to get a deal.
I agree. All right. My 4 is also the Red Sox. I never even said my 4, but we'll stop.
Yeah,
I've already said my piece, but I got Red Sox high 70s, very close to my 3 team, which I'll get to here in a minute. Go ahead.
Okay, my 3 team is Tampa Bay Rays. I would have them knocking on the door for a wild card spot because I think they've not really gotten much better, but they're getting Tyler Glasnow back for a full season.
They're
hopefully,
healthier.
Get healthier, and you got Shane McClanahan if he could follow up his good year. Had a bad second half. Well, not bad, but kind of meh. Great first half, though. Golly, best pitcher in baseball first half. But they can put it together on pitching staff like they usually do. Hit and can show out like Wander Franco. He shows up, stays healthy. That's a big. Yeah, they're just really injured. Golly, I didn't realize that how many their star players get hurt. They could be one of those teams. Sneaks in. That's where I got them.
Someone else had a very sneaky, disappointing offseason was. I feel like these little pieces that the Red Sox got would have been perfect for the Rays again.
Yeah.
Great pitching and then Franco. That's it. I got the Rays getting also in the high 70s wins as well. I don't think they'll crack 80 either. I think they'll be them and Boston will be competing for 3. Maybe that third wild card slot. Maybe. But the Rays, imagine if the Rays got Justin Turner and Adam Duvall. They're a lot better.
Nope.
But they didn't. They have Wander Franco. That is it on offense. I mean, is G-Man Choi even still with them? Is he gone? I don't
know if he is there. I feel like he's gone. I feel like I saw something.
I know that the Rays' bullpen will be good once the season starts, but on paper it don't look the best. And their starting rotation looks awesome. Don't want to discredit that at all. So yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what the Rays could do this year. As you said, they are winners. I think just sometimes talent trumps winning. I think that's going to be the issue they're going to be in a little bit here. So, move in to your 2.
My 2 is the Blue Jays. primed for a first round exit. We just talk about some little bit of winners, like they play above expectations. Not Toronto. They play right back down, buddy. They are about losers could get. They'll be pretty good though. I give them that. Regular season, they'll be pretty good. So I think they're a pretty well rounded team. A lot of the free agent pitching signings or the trades they made, like for Jose Barrios and that Yusei Kikuchi dude from the Mariners, did not work out last year. They were not very good. So if they were cited quite a few wins. They had a pretty good win total.
Yeah.
So if they can show up this year, figure it out. You got who's their guy who's really young, like their ace. I forgot his name.
Oh,
dang. Man, you know who I'm talking about too.
Yeah.
He was good. He was a good pitcher.
Yeah, he's really good.
I forgot. He's really young though.
Yeah, keep talking. It'll come to us.
Yeah, then they got hit and they got Vladdy Jr. They just signed Bo Bichette to a little contract extension. They got the guys to make a run, but they'll be in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. They'll be a wild card round team.
Yeah, I got the Blue Jays second. This is gonna surprise you. I got the Blue Jays second with a high 90s win.
Okay, so
high 90s. I think they'll be very good in the regular season. Now, first round exit the playoffs, very possible. But I think they're gonna be really good in the regular season. I think those guys on the offense are gonna have to take the step they need. What is that pitcher's name, dude? That is bothering me since you said that.
They have Kevin Gausman too, don't they? Yeah, he's not the guy, but he was also solid.
They also have Kevin Gausman. Look it up. Is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
I could see his face.
I can too. What kind of hat he wears? He wears like a more flat bill hat, I feel like. What is that dude's name? Where is it at?
I'll keep talking while you're doing that. But
Alek Manoah.
That's
Alek
it.
Manoah.
Gosh, Almighty,
really
that was
good
bothering
pitcher.
me, dude. I remembered him in the All-Star game when they were talking.
Yeah,
that's how I remembered him. Dang it, I could not think of his name. Yeah, he's very good. Yeah, man, they got the pieces. Talent-wise, they're low-key one of the more talented rosters in all of baseball. But it's got to put it together. It's just like they could low-key be, depending on how the Padres do this year, they could be very like Padres could be like the Blue Jays in a sense where they're really good and then just get put out. So see what happens. Regular season teams, man, don't do you no good to win in the regular season. So, what is your floor for the Blue Jays in placement in the AL East?
Floor.
What's the lowest
I
you
really
see the
don't.
Blue Jays finishing? 2?
I really don't. So I'm going. Yeah, I don't think if they go below 2, there's going to be some people like heads rolling. People are going to get blown. That team's going to get blown up a little bit. Front office people are gone. Coaching people are gone. This is another year. They're supposed to be good. They're supposed to be a good little team. Last year was their year. Everyone thought they were going to be like the 1 seed and, make their run, but they weren't that good. But they were still solid. I think 2 is the lowest they get. If they're lower than that, that's crazy. Or someone else is just surprisingly good.
All right, then that leads both of us with our number 1 team to be in the Yankees. They went out and secured Aaron Judge like they were told. I think they're gonna be. This would be one of the. I know every year we make it to the playoffs and we're getting there and we're like, Yankees got a chance or whatever, etc. I think this will be one of the better Yankee teams. Low 100 wins is what I got them having. I think there's a very good chance they probably are the 1 seed in the American League. I think they're gonna be really good this year. I really do. I think signing Aaron Judge back was a staplement for their success. That was just put it together. I expect a lot out of Nestor Cortez, Garrett Cole, and the guys. I expect a lot out of the bullpen. I expect a lot out of the hitting. Now we just gotta see it. And Yankees are known to not perform when it matters. So see what happens. That's all I got.
Yeah, obviously I got the Yankees too. They definitely have the best pitching staff in New York. I heard a lot. They'll talk about it all the time. Who's better, Mets or Yankees? It's the Yankees.
Yeah.
Their guys are not. Their best 2 starters aren't 40 years old, like the Mets are.
Yeah.
I think Yankees. The problem with the Yankees is they always have to go through the Astros, and the Astros like playing the Yankees. And regardless if they cheated them 1 time or 2 times, they beat them this last year, pretty easily.
Yeah.
A little competitive, but it was overall easy series for the Astros. I just feel like top to bottom, their roster is weird because you got like superstars like Aaron Judge. Then you got I couldn't even tell you who their shortstop is this year. I don't think. But they got a couple prospects that could come up and do some damage this year. That's what I'd like to see. They got a prospect shortstop and maybe I can't remember what position he plays. I have his name in my brain though, but they got guys like Anthony Rizzo
I think
too
it's
at first base
shortstop that he
still.
plays.
Yeah, maybe. But they got a couple guys that could come up and help them. But guys like Anthony Rizzo, we're gonna have to play good again. Aaron Judge, we have to at least get kind of close to what he did last year.
No
I
Matt
think.
Carpenter.
No man,
Yeah, he
he's
became
on
a
the Padres now.
yeah he started
Good
to become
story.
a bum whenever he stopped taking steroids.
Yeah,
John Carl Stanton's got to
yeah,
stay healthy.
yeah. They just with the pitching's where they'll get their wins more than anything. The full on 1 through 9 hitting lineup does not necessarily like freak me out too bad if I was playing them. But the pitching staff would make me a little nervous. I'll give them that. Bullpen and everything is really good.
Yep. So our AL East predictions are set in stone, man. The more you talk about baseball, the more excited you get for it to start up. I cannot wait. It's there's something. The sports world knew what they were doing when they made the seasons because it's something like they're so chaotic about football. Watching a football game, you're in it. It's like boom, 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 boom. You're constantly going. Then you go into college basketball. For us, at least, we don't watch the NBA, and we're like boom, 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 chaos, chaos. Then you got baseball. It's almost like a relaxing feeling knowing baseball. Because like you have a hard day at work or like a hard day at school, you can just sit back, throw on the game, get you a drink, just watch. It's just something relaxing about it. So yeah, and then let's move into our college basketball predictions and we'll wrap this thing up. Number 12, Creighton, at number 24, Providence.
True. Providence. I'm gonna go Creighton.
Okay. I'm going to go Providence. Okay, here's your game. Number 1, Alabama. At number 10, Tennessee.
Alabama's winning that game.
Tennessee. Give me a go Vols.
That Tennessee sucks. No, sadly. They suck.
All right, there are 6 here at Xavier. At number 11, Marquette.
Marquette's got it. Surely.
Number 22, TCU. At number 19, Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Yep, I agree. Number 19, Iowa State. At number 12, Kansas State.
Kansas State that time.
I agree. Number 9, Baylor. At number 5, Kansas.
I'll go Kansas.
I'll go Kansas as well. If you've wondered why I haven't mentioned the records at all or anything or why we've been doing this, because you remember that week I said, yeah, I need to go back and get those before I forget them.
Yeah.
And I never went back and got them, and that's why I have no clue of what our records are. So,
okay.
Yeah, this year has been like completely squandered with our record. College baseball, does it start up this coming up week? Didn't even check.
Friday. Yeah.
Okay, so we will start talking about that, I guess. That's podcast. So college baseball will come into play. NFL is going to be kind of swindling down a little bit, and MLB will be kicking up. But, hey, it's the offseason for a reason, and we're looking forward to everything getting kick-started. And we appreciate you guys